My father was always not concerned about how much wealth I have. But every year what he would ask me is that how much have you given this year in charity and how much taxes have you paid? And he was financially independent. He said, I don't want anything from you. I always used to live in a house owned by him. But he says, मैं तेरे सामने हाथ फैलाऊंगा charity के लिए. And until his death in 2008, whatever 3-4 crores of charity has to do a year, and that was also under great pressure from him. But when he was no more, I really missed him. He was a father who brought me up, gave me the values. We were very argumentative, and I really missed him. Not in terms of tears, but as a person with whom I could share much. And then I thought that the greatest homage and remembrance I could do for my father was to give. I also feel that giving is not real giving, it's a duty. The giver of this wealth is God. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala has wealth not because he is Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. He has the wealth because God has chosen him to have that wealth. And along with that wealth, he casts upon you a social responsibility to use that wealth for good social purpose. So I think these are the reasons why I give. I also remember John Rockefeller, who said that to die rich is to die in shame.
When I first met RJ, I could sense that he's a person who, he was talking from his heart, and I can do this or I can't do that. And of course, I was going with a begging bowl, not just to RJ, but to many people. And he said, I like the idea of a mobile lab, so I'll fund a mobile lab. A few weeks went by, and then he said, I'll fund 3 mobile labs. And then one day he said, Ramji, I can see these mobile labs all over India, but that's going to require government support. So one of the things I got was, he seemed to be looking at Agastya almost like how I was looking at it, in a dreamlike, visionary way. Now that's very powerful. When you get a partner who can see your vision and who's willing to support it, is a huge thing. And then of course, it was unexpected. I went with a plan to him. He wanted a 10-year plan. And we said we need to spend 90 crores. I wasn't sure what he had in mind. And he said, suddenly, I'll fund 50. Now, in the US, you call that a home run or a 6.
That was 2006, huh?
2006. So what I have to say is, from a social investor's perspective, he probably called it early and he called it right. When we have our board meetings, Rakesh, clearly I don't have to take him through numbers. He can relate to them very, very rapidly and concepts. He asks tough questions, which is good, which is what a board member should be doing. So he makes me think, he makes the other members think, we challenge each other, and that's very important. But the greatest thing is, we have had total freedom to run Agastya the way we want to, because, see, he is that rare investor. By the way, this is a big thing going on in the NGO world. When people ask you, I'm going to give you 100 rupees, now tell me exactly what impact you've had. Life is not that simple. So there's a paper in the Harvard Business School that says, ideally an investor should be funding the mission of an organization. But there are not too many that do it, because you must understand the mission. He is one social investor who's really funding Agastya's mission, as opposed to, for every penny I give you, give me a report showing exactly what impact you had, right? Makes a huge difference. It gives you degrees of freedom to innovate.
I have to create an organization which will be able to use that money in such a way that I really make a difference to society. So that this is the quest to give is a journey, not a destination. It has just started. So I really won't say I'm happy that I'm committing and I'm making effort towards it. But I'll be really happy and feel fulfilled when I'm able to do it in a proper manner and see much more tangible result. My advice to everybody is give again at a cost of everything. Give what your conscience wants and what your pocket allows, and also give your time, give your ideas, and start. Because you may think it's small, but a lot of things in life which grow big are small, and small and big is all relative. It's not absolute.